I have been watching many YouTubers lately talking about who the GOAT is in the UFC and rating their top 30 UFC GOATs. A couple channels that I've been watching a lot. Kenny Okoye, I've been watching him for a while. Lucas Tracy MMA. Both of those guys recently put out a video about their 30 GOATs in the UFC. Both of their lists are trash, okay? I'm being straight up. Go watch both of them, okay? Respect to both of you, okay? No disrespect, but both of your lists were absolute trash, okay? Kenny had Kamaru Usman, I think, 5. What are we doing here, okay? Lucas Tracy had Arman Tsarukyan, okay? Kenny had Mavzar in his top 30 ever. What are we doing here, bro? You know what I mean? Like, come on. We got to be realistic here. In this video, I'm going to be giving my top 20 UFC GOATs. And this is the real list. This isn't no fake list, who my favorite fighters are. This is straight up who the 20 best UFC fighters ever are, in order, okay? Tell me in the comments after this video if you think that my list is valid, and go watch their videos. I'll put their YouTube in the description, and tell me whose list is better. Guarantee it'll be mine, okay? Starting off with the top 20 GOATs of the UFC. Okay, well, first of all, before I go into the actual, GOAT list, I'm going to be giving reasons why someone is considered the GOAT. There's a couple of reasons why I would even consider someone the GOAT. One, their competition they fought and their resume. The competition is everything. Who have you fought? You might have a ton of good wins, but it might be against people that are trash. I mean, for certain people, it might be a little different because skill for skill, they're really good and you just know they are. But most people, you got to look at their resume. Who have they fought? Why is their record so good? Who is it against? Is it against good fighters? Also, the dominance. What I mean by dominance is, like, in their fights, is it always like a really close fight, or is it like extremely dominant? Do they have a dominant career? Do they usually win in a dominant fashion? Third, have they won a belt before? Okay, this isn't everything, okay? Because some fighters that are really known to be good have not won a belt. Dustin Poirier is one big example, okay? Has not won a belt, but he's insanely good, and he was actually a thought about who I think was going to be on this list. He wasn't, but that's what I thought at the beginning. Guys, this video took me a good... Okay, like, the setup for this video, like, planning who I think top 20, I put a lot of work into this. I was researching. A couple of them were just common sense, but a lot of them I was researching, getting my facts straight, so I could give you guys the most correct top 20. I'm going to be naming each fighter's most important wins and losses. I'm going to give the order and their most important wins and losses to prove why they are the best, okay? So starting off with number 20. Number 20 is Charles Oliveira, okay? This dude is an absolute animal. He deserves this spot in the top 20 hands down, okay? I'm going to be going fast just to get all these, because I don't want this video to be an hour long like Kenny and Lucas Tracy, bro. I don't want these videos to be long so you guys fall asleep. I want to go speedy, okay? Charles Oliveira. He's beaten Michael Chandler twice, dominated him both times. He beat Dustin Poirier, submitted him. He beat Justin Gaethje. He beat Tony Ferguson. These dudes are tough mother effers, and he beat all of them, okay, in a very tough fashion. He lost to Arman Tsarukyan, tough guy. Ilia Tapia recently, tough guy. Max Holloway earlier in his career, and Frankie Edgar earlier in his career, when he had his hair black still. So those guys are all legends. He didn't lose to no scrub. You don't see him losing to many scrubs. Well, these are the most wins and losses out of Charles Oliveira's record. He's just had a very dominant career, and it's kind of obvious that he should be in the top 20 because he was a champion. He's just overall, skill for skill, a really great fighter. And that's what it is. But right away, moving on to number 19, Alexandre Pantoja, okay? He is so underrated, okay? This dude is a freaking beast. He could be debatably the best flyweight ever. If not the best, second best. He is a freaking beast. He puts on dominant performances against Kai Kara-fans twice. Once in the Ultimate Fighter, and once, like, literally 2 weeks ago. Brandon Moreno, twice. As you guys know, if you guys watch UFC, Brandon Moreno is an absolute freaking beast. Brandon Royval, twice. And then Steve Erceg, okay? He's not just beating these guys once. He's beating them twice. That shows his pure dominance against fighters, like, at this level. He lost to Askar and Figgy. Figgy is a beast, okay? Everyone knows this. If they had a rematch, he'd whoop Figgy. Askar, I mean, he's a beast. So, great wrestling, you know what I mean? Rematch, either of those guys, he's whooping on them. Straight up. He is such an underrated fighter, and I give him so much props because he deserves the spot number 19. But moving on to number 18. You guys are going to be very shocked by this. You guys are probably going to say, okay, he should be way higher up in the list. But I'll tell you guys why. Jose Aldo, number 18. Jose Aldo had a great career before he got in the UFC, okay? He was dominating. Once he got in the UFC, he was kind of a little older, and he still did really good. He still had the belt at one point. But, like, he didn't beat really good guys once he got in the UFC. These are the most memorable wins. Chito Vera, Renato Moicano, Frankie Edgar twice, Chad Mendes twice, and Uriah Faber. Those guys are all really good fighters. I'm not saying they're not good. But then the really, really tough fights that he had, he lost. That shows that at that point in his career, he couldn't compete with the top level, okay? Now, if he would have been fighting when he was, like, first started off against those guys, he would have done really good. He lost to Conor McGregor, Max Holloway twice, Alexander Volkanovski, Peter Yan, and Merab Dvalishvili. Peter Yan and Merab, he fought when he was older, like way older, obviously. He fought McGregor when he was, like, really good, obviously, still. So McGregor showed that he is better. But he lost some dominant guys. I mean, the list I did, I'll rename it. Conor McGregor, Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski, Peter Yan, and Merab Dvalishvili. All those guys are tough guys. Insanely tough guys. They're not just scrubs. So he lost some valid guys. But he still had a dominant career, insane kickboxing, great style, great explosiveness and power. You can't take that away from him, no matter what his resume was. So you have to include him in the top 20. You know what I mean? You have to include him. And that's why I put him at number 18. But going down to number 17, Conor McGregor. The impact this dude had on the UFC, he made it so much bigger than what it was. He's had the biggest impact on the sport. And if it wasn't for him, the UFC wouldn't be where it's at today. Okay? But not even that. He had a big mouth, but he backed it up. Every time. He backed it up. He backed it up against Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, Chad Mendes, Jose Aldo, Nate Diaz the second time, Eddie Alvarez, and Donald Cerrone. He beat those guys. Like, he really showed at one point that he was the best. Conor McGregor was unstoppable for a while. Yeah, he lost a couple times. He lost twice to Dustin Poirier, okay? That's near the end of his career, though. Habib Nurmagomedov, that's Habib. And Nate Diaz the first time, okay? He's a beast, and his style is really hard to read. Great counterpuncher. He was another level at one point. No one could beat him. No wrestler, no nothing. I really would like to see Conor McGregor, because Conor McGregor in his prime beat Dustin Poirier. You know what I mean? So I would love to see Conor McGregor in his prime fight like Habib. I really would like to see that, because I think that he could do really good compared to how he did when he fought him when he got a little older. Okay? But moving on right away to number 16, Max Holloway. Okay? Max Holloway is a freaking beast. Okay? The BMF champ. Baddest mother effer to ever step foot in the UFC, straight up, okay? He has wins over Justin Gaethje, Yair Rodriguez, Frankie Edgar, Brian Ortega, Jose Aldo twice, Anthony Pettis, okay? Charles Oliveira. Bro, these dudes I just named are actually insane. The resume is insane, okay? He has beat these guys in crazy fashions. I mean, you see him against Justin Gaethje, knocked him out cold last second. Probably the craziest fight I've ever seen. Or the craziest knockout, at least. It's insane what he's done in this sport, and he's really brought the sport up a lot. His losses have been against Conor McGregor really early in his career, Dustin Poirier twice. Poirier got the best of him most times, but he still put up a war. Alexander Volkanovski 3 times. He beat him one of those times. I think it was the second match he beat him. Second time he beat him. He won. He got screwed over one of those times. And then Ilia Tapia recently. He's getting older. Ilia Tapia, I mean, he still put on a good fight against Ilia, but Ilia's power is on a level, okay? That's why he deserves to be number 16. But moving on to 15. Everybody forgets about this guy since 3 fights ago. Aljamain Sterling, okay? Bro, for the longest time, was the best bantamweight to ever step foot in the UFC. Beat Henry Cejudo, TJ Dillashaw, Peter Yan twice, Corey Sandhagen. Okay, this dude messed up these guys. That shows his level compared to everyone else. He lost to Sean O'Malley. That's the fight that everyone kind of like threw out the window. Got caught. He got caught. If he rematched Sean O'Malley, he'd beat him. 100%. And Mavzar. Mavzar is a beast, okay? He lost to him. Very close wrestling match, basically. I like to see that fight again, though. I think Aldo could come out with the W. Because he really put on a good fight. But he deserves to be number 15. He was a dominant fighter, still is. Beat the legends of the sport in his weight class that everyone thought was unstoppable. He made them look like they weren't supposed to be in there with him, if you know what I mean. Moving on to number 14, Henry Cejudo. Everybody forgets about Henry Cejudo, bro. Double champ, absolute animal, okay? Beat Dominic Cruz, TJ Dillashaw, Demetrius Johnson. He beat Demetrius Johnson, okay? And Sergio Pettis, okay? And then he lost to Demetrius Johnson. Okay, it was 1-1. Joseph Benavidez, Aljamain Sterling, and Merab Dvalishvili. Eljo and Merab, that's when he was a little older. Those guys are both animals, so. Some might think that why is Eljo not in front of Henry? It's because of what Henry's done in his career compared to Eljo. He's done a lot more than Eljo has. Especially because if Henry took him down a couple of times. If Henry was in his prime, I think he could have beat Eljo. Possibly. I'm not saying that for sure. I had to break it down a little more, but I think he could. He's a freaking beast. Has karate stance. Great wrestler on top of that. Bro is really good, okay? Very good. He deserves a spot. Moving on to number 13. The best bantamweight to ever walk the earth of the UFC. Merab Dvalishvili, okay? This dude is unstoppable. He will not lose, okay? He beat Sean O'Malley twice. First time, pretty much dominated him. Second time, choked him out, okay? Beat Umar Nurmagomedov. Made Umar look like he wasn't even a wrestler. Destroyed him. Henry Cejudo. Literally picked him up, walked him across the ring. Like it was nothing. Jose Aldo. Shot like over 50 attempts on him. Didn't stop. He missed a lot of them, but didn't stop. Kept going. That shows how durable he is and how mentally tough he is. Usually guys' confidences get lowered when they can't get him down. Nah, he kept walking forward. Peter Yan. Beat Peter Yan. Peter Yan's a great Muay Thai fighter. Very hard to take down, I'll say that much. Takedown defense is really good. His striking's really good. It's hard to get in on him. He's only lost 2 fights against 2 scrubs that no one knows right now, okay? 2 scrubs that right now he would absolutely demolish them. So I'm not even going to mention their names, okay? I'm not going to mention their names because right now I don't even include those people. The hard people that he's fought, he demolished and showed that he is the next level, and that's why he's the champion right now. Moving on to number 12. The Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman. Dude is an absolute animal. Recently put on an absolute whooping on Joaquin Butley, who is in his prime, basically. Just wrestled the frick out of him. Beat the piss out of him. He beat Kobe Covington twice. Knocked out Jorge Masvidal and then beat him another time twice. Beat Tyron Woodley when he was still in his prime with the belt. Okay? He beat Woodley, who was literally looking unstoppable for a while. Was looking like he was going to be the welterweight go. Okay? But he beat him. And then on top of that, he beat Leon Edwards really early in both of their careers. He lost to Leon twice, head kicked once, decision the second time. Don't know how, because if they rematch right now, Kamaru Usman would beat the crap out of him. And then lost to Khamzat Chimaev. Both tough guys. You know what I mean? Khamzat, he short notice fight, put on a decent fight against Khamzat for Khamzat being who he is. I'm just impressed by Kamaru Usman. He's a tough guy. I give him props. Second best welterweight of all time. No question. Moving on to number 11. Israel Adesanya, the last style bender. Okay? He's beaten so many guys. His resume is probably one of the best in the UFC ever. Okay? He knocked out cold Alex Pereira, Poatan. Robert Whittaker twice, knocked him out one time. Marvin Vittori, okay? Marvin, he held his own, kind of. Paulo Costa, Anderson Silva, obviously when he was older, and Yoel Romero, okay? Insane resume. All those guys he beat. And he, like, knocked a lot of them out. Like, his striking is another level. And he deserves that ranking. You know what I mean? His losses were against Jan Blachowicz, Sean Strickland, DDP, and Imavov, okay? Last three that I just named were recent. He's in a little slump. He's getting older. In his prime, he would have beat all of them. Just saying. He would have beat Imavov like nothing. He would have beat Sean Strickland like nothing. DDP would have been the hardest fight for him, but I think he could have pulled it off because he was still doing decent striking in the last fight. And Jan Blachowicz, I'm not going to really talk about that fight that much. It was not what I was expecting, but, you know, I give him props. He's a tough fighter. He deserves his ranking. Going to number 10, Stipe Miocic. A lot of people don't believe that he should be here. His record is so freaking good, and his dominance in the heavyweight division is another level, okay? Beat Daniel Cormier twice. Beat Francis Ngannou. Okay? Beat Junior Dos Santos. Alistair Overeem. Fabricio Verdum, and Mark Hunt, okay? What else do I gotta say, guys? Those all are great fighters. If you guys don't know that, go watch those fighters. Are all insane fighters. Beat them all. Show that he's the next level and he is the GOAT of the heavyweight division. Okay? He's the best. He wants to prove that. He proved it. Okay? He lost to Juno Santos once. Lost to Daniel Cormier once. Got knocked out, unfortunately. Lost to Jon Jones very recently with a spinning back kick. And then Francis Ngannou came back and beat him. Okay? All reasonable losses. All great fighters. They're not like terrible fighters that he lost to. Everyone loses. What can I say? Great heavyweight needs to be mentioned at this ranking. Number 10. GOATs of all freaking time. Okay? Number 9. Alexander Volkanovski. Volk is one of the best fighters to ever do it. Tough dude. He beat Diego Lopez. He beat Yair Rodriguez. He beat Max Holloway 3 times. 3 times. Like I said before, I think he lost one of those, but whatever. Jose Aldo, Chad Mendes, and Brian Ortega. Got out of a tight guillotine from Brian Ortega. That showed his heart. Lost to Islam Makhachev twice. One short notice. One, it was very close. Some people say Volk won. And then we got knocked out to Ilia. That's no excuse. Ilia just has insane power, okay? So, he deserves number 9. He's a very well-rounded fighter. He has the most heart out of any fighter I've ever seen. Tough guy. I love Alex Volkanovski. Give him that ranking willingly. Deserves it, okay? Number 8, Ilia Tapia. Everyone will crap on me for this because he's so early in his career. And all the other guys I named, like Stipe Miocic, Israel Adesanya, all those guys, they've had a better resume than him, okay? Ilia Tapia has done so much in his career at such a young age that you have to give him number 8. He's had so much dominance on guys that people thought were the best to ever do it. You know what I mean? He's won 2 belts at such a young age in his 20s. Like, who does that? You know what I mean? He knocked out Charles Oliveira, Alex Volkanovski, and Max Holloway so easily. Those guys are beasts. You know, 0 losses, by the way. 0 losses. He doesn't know what a loss looks like. He's a beast. Got to give him that, okay? Got to give him that. Can't take that away from him. Give him a lot of props, okay? Nothing else to really say about that. Dominant fighter, shows his knockout power, beating everybody's favorite fighters. We'll see what comes next for Ilia. I'm really excited to see it. Number 7 being Islam Makhachev, okay? Beat Dustin Poirier, Alexander Volkanovski twice, Charles Oliveira, Dan Hooker, Anato Moicano, and Arman Tsarukyan, okay? Beat all those guys. You hear who I just named? Great fighters. Beat all of them, okay? He lost to one bum that Islam would absolutely maul right now. Islam is showing that he is the most well-rounded fighter to ever do it, and he's unbeatable right now. He can't lose right now. He deserves this ranking more than anybody, okay? He really does. But moving on to number 6, Habib Nurmagomedov. He beat Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Edson Barboza, Michael Johnson, Rafael Dos Anjos. He hasn't lost. It's not possible for Habib to lose. Come on now. Now, you guys might think he retired. He did retire early. I agree with that, but it was on the wishes of his mother. So I give him a ton of respect. You can't take that away from him how dominant of a fighter he was, though. He dominated everyone he fought. The guys I just named, they're all amazing fighters. You can't take that away from him. He dominated each and every one of them. So I give him props, and that's why he's number 6. That's all I got to say. That's why he's number 6. He deserves that spot more than anybody, okay? Moving on to number 5. Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson. Now, this is one that his resume is not that good. But he's still a beast, and everybody knows that skill for skill. He's probably the most talented to ever step foot in the UFC. He beat Ray Borg, Henry Cejudo, John Dodson twice, Joseph Benavidez twice. Lost to Dominic Cruz and Henry Cejudo once. You see that arm, the suplex into the armbar against Ray Borg? Dude is a beast. He's a beast. You can't say anything less than that. He's a beast, and he deserves to be number 5. Skill for skill, most talented guy to ever step foot in the UFC. Number 4 being Spider Anderson Silva. This dude is another level, okay? Him in his prime was unstoppable until he started being really cocky, going like this, got knocked out by Chris Weidman. But that's beside the point. In his prime was unbeatable. Beat Stephan Bonner, Chael Sonnen twice, Vitor Belfort, Damian Maia, Forrest Griffin, Dan Henderson, Rich Franklin twice. Lost to Chris Weidman twice. Nick Diaz, which got overturned. Michael Bisping, Daniel Cormier, and Jared Cannonier. Great, all good names to lose to. All good names to lose to, not guys that are like insanely like bad. You know what I mean? He beat some tough guys, showed how dominant he was in his prime. If you go watch him, he looks absolutely untouchable, and that's why I gave him this spot, number 4. But moving on to number 3. George Rush St Pierre, best welterweight to ever do it. Okay? He beat Michael Bisping, came back from a break, went up a weight class, and then destroyed him. Okay? The champion at the time, by the way, and then he became the middleweight champion. Johnny Hendricks, Nick Diaz, Carlos Condit, Josh Kozacek twice, BJ Penn, Matt Hughes, Matt Serra, beat them all. He lost to only Matt Hughes, Matt Serra, fought them both again, beat the crap out of them, okay? Made them look like, who are you guys? You know what I mean? He beat the crap out of them and showed them who the real winner is. You know what I mean? If you guys think that he's any less than 3, that's crazy. If you guys think Kamaru Usman's better than him as a welterweight, you guys are absolutely crazy. And that's what's crazy about you, Kenny, that you think Kamaru Usman is better than George St. Pierre. Kamaru Usman, first of all, record-wise, you can't compare the records. Not close, okay? He beat a Woodley, woohoo, okay? George St. Pierre, his dominance is insane. The thing you gotta think about, okay, Kenny, I'm talking about you specifically because I saw you said Kamaru Usman's 5. George St. Pierre came back from a layoff, fought the champion at the time, didn't even have a warm-up fight before that, fought the champion at the time and beat him, submitted him, and became the middleweight champion, became a 2-time division champion. I'll let you sit with that for a sec. That shows why he's number 3 ever. Number 2, DC Daniel Cormier. He is number 2, no question. He beat Stipe Miocic, Derek Lewis, Anthony Rumble Johnson twice, Anderson Silva, Alexander Gustafsson, Frank Mir, Dan Henderson, and Roy Nelson. Fought at lightweight and heavyweight, dominated both weight classes. Probably one of the best heavyweights to ever do it. Insane fighter, gave Jon Jones one of the hardest fights, okay? DC has to be number 2. He's so good. His domination is insane. He throws people around like they're little kids. See him against like Dan Henderson or Gustafsson, picked him up and chucked him, okay? That's why he deserves to be number 2, okay? Moving on to who is the GOAT of the UFC, okay? Don't like the guy. Can't take it away from him, though. Number 1, Jon Bones Jones. This dude is the most one of the most dominant fighters to ever do it. Has beat every era, pretty much. He can hang with pretty much anybody. He beat Stipe Miocic, Cyril Gane, Alexander Gustafsson twice, Daniel Cormier twice, Chael Sonnen, Rashad Evans, Rampage Jackson, Shogun Rua, Lyoto Machida, a lot more. I'm only naming those, though. Has never lost. Once got disqualified. Don't even count that as a loss. Don't count that as a loss, any of you, because he got disqualified because he's beating the piss out of the guy. Okay? Doing illegal 12-6 elbows. Now that should get overturned because 12-6 elbows are legal now. So that's why Jon Jones is the best to ever do it. He can compete with anybody, any weight class, and no matter what, he might cheat it a little, okay? Just because you're on steroids doesn't help your technique. That helps your physical attributes, not your technique. Don't want to hear it, okay? Jon Jones is the best to ever do it, okay? No glazing, I'm just saying he's the best to ever do it, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed my top 20 UFC GOATs. Go watch Kenny Okoye and Lucas Tracy MMA and tell me whose list is better. Whose is more valid? Mine. I'm just saying. Y'all can add them in the comments if you want to make them watch this video. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you guys their YouTubes in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Comment some more video ideas you guys want me to do. I got you guys. I think this video is going to be a hit. Please like it up. Hit subscribe. Share this video. Comment anything you guys want. Comment your opinions. Debate me in the comments. Give me anything you guys want. I appreciate the likes so much. Please share this video, guys. Let's get this going, guys. You know what I mean? I really appreciate the support. I really do, more than anything, okay? Yeah, that's all I really have to say. I hope you guys have a really, really, really blessed day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching again.